So one thing that we don't always recognize as guitar players is that the biggest muscle in our hand is this big thumb muscle right here. And sometimes we forget that we have a thumb and we're just thinking of our fingers and we're kind of pulling the fretboard. We're like fretting with our fingers and sort of pulling the fretboard in. But if you start just thinking about or like having an awareness of your thumb pushing into your fingers, like pushing the note into your finger rather than your finger pushing back into the fretboard, that can really help how your hand is positioned. Engaging that big thumb muscle by having the thumb in the right place in the back of the neck, generally like behind where you're fretting, and really like pressing into the fretboard so that your fingers aren't straining, doing all the work and straining. And then also working on your posture and how you sit with the guitar. We were talking about this a little bit earlier, but someone was asking me like, was noticing that I usually play in like this classical position and I play with a footstool, and that's a very recent thing for me. I used to play like either with a strap or kind of cross-legged, like the regular like contemporary way, I guess. And that posture was actually like really harmful to my mobility and like the way that I would hold my elbow and wrist. With the classical position, where I have the neck a little bit higher and a little bit sort of closer to to my body like this, rather than like sagging down, I'm able to have a little bit of a just a more healthy wrist position, and I don't have to like angle it so much to get to my different chords. So working with your posture and then just working with like the awareness of how you're fretting the notes, like if you're really using your whole hand or if you're straining your fingers, because that'll usually contribute to a wrist pain, is if you're just straining your fingers, like fretting really hard and only using your fingers to play the note, then of course your wrist is going to end up developing, a little bit of tension and without the right support.